The ISTE standards for educators serve as a foundational framework for modern teaching, guiding educators to evolve their practice and to prepare students. These aren't just a set of instructions for using technology. They are a guide for using technology strategically to foster a new kind of student, an empowered learner, a student who doesn't just passively receive information, but actively directs their own educational journey. By following this roadmap, educators learn to shift the focus from what they teach to how students learn, cultivating independence and critical skills that extend far beyond the classroom. One of the core standards is Learner, which focuses on the educator's continuous professional growth. It highlights the importance of professional growth in a growth mindset. It means that effective educators don't believe their learning stops after they get their teaching degree. Instead, they are always looking for ways to get better at what they do, whether it's through new teaching strategies, deeper content knowledge, or better classroom management techniques. So, this standard outlines how we as educators should constantly improve our practice by exploring and using technology effectively. It is about the commitment of educators to their own professional growth. So, the three components that I will discuss are about how educators can actively and intentionally pursue this growth. The first one is a set professional goals. This component emphasizes the need for educators to be deliberate about their professional development. It's not enough to just attend a workshop. They should have a clear purpose for their learning, particularly when it comes to integrating technology. This involves a cycle of setting goals, exploring new practices, and reflecting on the outcomes. An educator needs to move beyond simply using a new tool and instead think about how that tool can improve a specific aspect of their teaching or a learning outcome for their students. This requires self-reflection and a willingness to try something new. So the second one is PLNS. PLNS means Professional Learning Networks. This component highlights the power of collaboration and community in professional development. Educators should actively seek out and contribute to networks of other professionals, both within and outside of their schools. Sometimes teaching can be an isolating profession, so by participating in professional learning networks, educators can share challenges, celebrate success, and discover new ideas from a diverse group of people. These networks can be a local or global. And lastly, keep current on research. This component emphasizes the importance of being an evidence-based practitioner. Educators should not just rely on what's popular or new. They should be informed by research, including findings from the learning sciences, which is the interdisciplinary study of how people learn. Research helps educators move beyond what feels right and instead apply strategies that have been proven to be effective. Staying current with research allows educators to make informed decisions about their teaching and to advocate for the best practice for their students.
Leader. Educators seek opportunities for leadership to support student empowerment and success and to improve teaching and learning. So, the leader standard focuses on the teaching role in guiding innovation and improving teaching, and leader learning with the help of technology. Educators serve as role model who lead effort to create a positive future-ready learning environment. Advance a shared vision. Educators shift, advance, and accelerate a shared vision for empowered learning with technology by engaging with education stakeholders. So, educators collaborate with school stakeholders to establish a unified goal that uses technology to support student learning and success. Advocate for access. Educators advocate for equitable access to technology, high-quality digital content, and learning opportunities to meet the diverse needs of all students. So educators work to ensure that all students, regardless of their background, have equally access to devices, internet, and quality digital learning opportunities. Model digital tool use. Educators model for colleagues the identification, exploration, evaluation, curation, and adaptation of new digital resources and tools for learning. So, educators demonstrate effective use of digital tools and application to encouraging other teachers to adopt technology for instruction improvement. Next, citizen. Educators inspire students to positively contribute to and responsibly participate in the digital world. So the citizen standard highlights the responsibility of educators in promoting digital citizenship. It focuses on guiding students to participate positively, safely, and ethically in the digital world. Next, create positive experience. Educators create experiences for learners to make positive, socially responsible contribution and build inclusive communities online. So, educators design learning experience that encourage students to act respectfully and inclusively in online environment. Next, evaluate resources for credibility. Educators foster digital literacy by encouraging curiosity, reflection, and the critical evaluation of digital resources. So, educators help students develop digital literacy skills by teaching them to assess the accuracy and trustworthiness of online information. Next, model safe, legal, and ethical practices. Educators mentor students in safe, legal, and ethical practices with digital tools and content. So, educators exemplify proper digital behavior by using online tools and content in ways that follow safety guidelines, copyright laws, and ethical standards. Next, manage, protect data. Educators model and promote management of personal data, digital identity, and protection of student data. So, educators promote awareness of online privacy by modeling how to manage personal data and protect both their own and students' digital identities.
Now, I'll be sharing with you two important roles that educators play in a technology-rich learning environment, the collaborator and the designer. First is the collaborator role. Educators dedicate time to collaborate with both their colleagues and their students. This means they work together to share resources, exchange ideas, and solve problems to improve teaching and learning. So now let's break it down. First is collaborate with colleagues. Educators use their planning time to work with fellow teachers. Together, they create meaningful learning experiences that integrate technology effectively in the classroom. Next is learn alongside students. Teachers don't just teach, they learn too. They explore digital tools together with their students, troubleshoot problems, and discover new ways to use technology for learning. 3 is use collaborative tools. Educators make use of online platforms like Google Workspace, Microsoft Teams, or Zoom to connect with students with peers, experts, and teams, whether they're nearby or across the world. This makes learning more engaging and relevant. Number 4 is empower the community to support students. Technology allows the educators to involve a wider community, including parents, school heads, and mentors to support students' learning goals and ensures as students are supported both and out of the school. So next is the designer role. As designers, educators create meaningful and learner-driven activities using technology to meet the different needs of their students. So here's the key concepts of the designers. First is accommodate learner differences. Teachers use technology to personalize learning. This means adjusting lessons to suit different learning styles, abilities, and needs so every student can succeed. And two is design authentic learning activities. Educators build real-world tasks that make use of technology. These activities help students apply their knowledge in practical ways and improve their learning outcomes. Number three is create innovative learning environments. By applying these proven teaching strategies, teachers build digital learning space that are fair and engaging and supportive. This is making sure that all students have equal opportunities to learn and grow. In summary, educators, all collaborators, and designers are not just users of technology. They are creators and connectors. They shape meaningful, inclusive, and engaging experiences that prepare students for the real world.
Facilitator. Educators facilitate learning with technology to support student achievements of the 2016 ISTE standards for student. This says that the facilitator, the teacher rather, or the educators will support the student towards their achievement using technology. And this may have four subtopics, and the first one is foster student ownership of learning. Teachers help students take control of their own learning by setting goals and working both independently with others. And the second one is foster classroom management of technology. Teachers organize and guide how technology is used in the classroom, whether online, in virtual spaces, or through hands-on activities. And we go to the third subtopics. Teach computational and design thinking. Teachers create activities that encourage students to think critically and solve problems using a step-by-step process. And the last one is model and nurture creativity. This is the fourth one. Teachers show and support students in being creative and expressing their ideas in unique ways using technology. And that's the four subtopics on the facilitator.
Analysts. Educators understand and use data to drive their instruction and support students in achieving their learning goals. In modern education, teachers are no longer just deliverers of content. They take on the role of analysts, where they use data and technology not only to measure students' learning, but also to enhance it. Being an analyst means having the ability to collect meaningful assessment data, analyze it, and apply it to improve classroom instruction. It also means helping students take an active role in their own progress by giving them various, personalized ways to show what they have learned. As classrooms become increasingly diverse and technology-driven, educators need to embrace a data-informed mindset. Instead of relying on traditional methods of evaluation, such as pen and paper tests, they must use multiple tools and approaches to ensure that all students are given fair and meaningful opportunities to succeed. This is where the substandards come in. Number 1 is offer alternative assessment. Educators provide alternative ways for students to demonstrate competency and reflect on their learning using technology. Not all students perform well on traditional tests. Some students may be more visual, others may be better at speaking or creating. To truly assess what students know and can do, educators must offer alternative assessment methods that allow learners to demonstrate understanding in ways that suit their strength. For example, a student might create a video explainer instead of writing an essay. Another one is other might use infographic, slide presentation, podcasts, or interactive digital timelines. And a student can also participate in project-based learning where their final product reflects deep learning over time. By using technology tools like Canva, Flip, Google Slide, or podcast platforms, students are able to reflect on and present their learning in more creative and meaningful ways. These alternatives empower students to take ownership of their learning and increase motivation, especially for those who struggle in traditional assessment formats. Number 2 is use tech to create assessment. Educators use technology to design and implement a variety of formative and summative assessment that accommodate learner needs, provide timely feedback to student, and inform instruction. Technology allows teachers to go beyond paper quizzes and tests. With tools such as Google Forms and quizzes, educators can design a wide range of formative assessment, quick information check for understanding, and summative assessment end of unit of term evaluations. Some key benefits of tech-based assessment include immediate feedback so students can receive instant scores and explanations. Next one is data collection. Teachers can easily view which questions were frequently missed and analyze overall class performance. Next is accessibility. Tools can offer read aloud function, flexible timing, and different question formats to support diverse learning. Next is their engagement. Many digital assessment platforms include game-like features or multimedia elements that make the process more interactive. So this assessment helps teachers quickly understand what students know and adjust instructional accordingly. For example, if most students miss a certain question, the teachers can reteach that topic right away instead of waiting until the end of grading period. Number 3 is use data to guide progress. Educators use assessment data to guide progress, personalize learning, and communicate feedback to education stakeholders in support of students reaching their learning goals. So, collecting data is one thing, using it effectively is another. So, as analysts, educators must learn to interpret student performance data to monitor academic growth, identify individual learning gaps, adjust learning plans or interventions, and lastly, group students strategically for targeted instruction. For example, a teacher may use quiz results to pinpoint which students need extra help in a specific skills. Then, they can assign differentiated activities or form small groups for intervention. So, this data is also essential for communicating with students and families. Clear feedback about students' strengths and areas for improvement helps build trust and shared sense of responsibility. Teachers can also present data to school leaders or other educators to collaborate on strategies for student support. In more advanced settings, teachers may use learning analytics dashboards or students' progress trackers to get a broader view of a student's performance over time, which can support long-term goal setting and learning plans. So, in the conclusion, the ICT standards for educators guide teachers in using technology effectively. By following these standards, educators become more innovative, student-centered, and prepared for demands of digital world, helping both themselves and their students succeed in the 21st century.